This is Dabu7. Want to give a heads up here because the EPA is assessing the vulnerability at least 9 different sites that is in Florence's projected path. When Harvey had hit down in Texas, there was a situation very similar where some 13 sites were vulnerable. One actually caught fire and there were explosions and all kinds of other crazy stuff that was going down because of the situation. Well, there's at least 9 of these sites, these what they call Superfund sites, that have a history of having contaminated ground and water. Meaning, this is not in containers inside of a building somewhere like we were talking about down in Texas. This is just flat out contaminated earth, soil, water, groundwater, and these sites are pretty spread out. I'm going to start off here in Charleston. This is one of the first sites they mentioned, the McAlloy Corporation. This is a former smelting operation, and it was found to contain cancer-linked chemicals. That is located at 200 Pittsburgh Avenue in Charleston. Now, Koppers is another site. It is a former lumber and fertilizer facility near this same site that has a history of being contaminated as well. It is very near the McAlloy site. Underground contamination has been picked up there. Then Geiger, a site near Charleston, which processed waste oil, including unlined lagoons, resulting in soil contamination, and is currently used for equipment storage and being ran by a construction firm. That is here. So, not too far north of this spot in Charleston, we have the other one. They're in North Charleston. Right here, we have another location. So 3 locations that are contaminated. 3 Superfund sites in Charleston alone thus far. Paris Island. This is one they make mention of. And Paris Island is situated here, south of Charleston. So if the storm turns further south, this is going to be in the path, right across from Hilton Head. This Paris Island had a variety of former uses that contaminated water and soil, including dry cleaning, waste dumping, and paint disposal. EPA information indicates the part previously used for pesticide storage poses the highest ongoing risk. So an area where massive amounts of pesticides were stored were here in this location. Make note of this stuff. We have Wanchem Incorporated. This is in Beaufort County, the same neck of the woods here. It is a dye production facility. They have contaminated groundwater and soil. Groundwater treatment continues at that site. We then have the Triangle Pacific Corporation. This is in North Carolina. It is known to have generated 2 separate hazardous waste streams from this area. It has methyl, ethyl, ketone, toluene, acetone, and all types of chemicals that are in there, including arsenic, that are all in this site, in the ground, saturated. Then we have the Marine Corps Air Station at Cherry Point. This is northeast of Wilmington in North Carolina. This is not too far from the Outer Banks and the Hatteras region, Cape Lookout. And at this location, it is 13,000 acres. 13,000 acres. Contaminated groundwater, soil, sediment, and surface water resulting from all the operations that have gone down there. So completely inundated there, 13,000 acres. Horton Iron and Metal. This is a 42-acre facility in Wilmington. So Wilmington then in the crosshair with this one And then also in Beaufort County in North Carolina, there's an FCX Incorporated that has a lot of contamination, the same as the others, with pesticides, herbicides, and chemicals that were used to treat tobacco. So all over this area, we have different facilities. I wanted to point out where Wilmington, as you can see right there, is going to have almost a direct hit from Florence as it makes its way toward Florence. This is Friday. Come the time for our live show Friday night this week, it's going to be all eyes on this storm system as it's going to be bearing down on the East Coast, just as you see here. It may shift a little bit. They're expecting anywhere from the Outer Banks, as you can see here, all the way down to Charleston to feel the wrath of this. So I wanted to give the update, let it be known, those are the locations. This is Saturday. It passes past Myrtle Beach. This is the newest model. Sunday, it looks like Saturday into Sunday. This thing goes right through Charleston, and this is an updated model. The last models had it cutting through Savannah. And as you just seen, Charleston here is going to get a direct hit from the storm. So a big heads up for folks in this vicinity. A heads up to these locations. We're working to try to piece together a game plan to get down here and help folks because they're going to need it when this is all said and done. So make sure to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates. I'm going to continue to update. If you need to get info to me, hit me up, dabu7yahoo.com. And stay tuned for more because this is going to be one where your fellow Americans are definitely going to need the support of others to get through this one. So much love. Prayers going out to everyone out there that's going to get caught in this. This has been Dabu7. Peace.